all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Alright, this is going to be the the book of the week. Alright, and as far as like a lot of people like like in the world of in the cosmos of Israel in general. Alright, a lot of us already know about this book. Like even all those like wicked camps outside of GMS, like they bring out this book as far as like it's good edification as far as like the basics. You know, it's like more proof and edification. Like it's like once again, like these books that I mentioned, right, these are supplements to the scriptures, because you know they're not the scriptures, so it'll go off from time to time. Alright, so I'm going to start out with Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 12:12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. Alright, so with that, like I always bring that scripture out whenever I do this little mini series, because the main thing you want to do is stick with the scriptures. I'm only bringing this out because it's something, because it has things in it that reinforce the scriptures. Like once again, since the scriptures are a meal, and it's food, all these books are just supplements. Or you can't live on just supplements alone. Like a supplement is just actually, let's look that up real quick. So once again, I'm a little old-fashioned. Like when I first came into this truth, I went a little overboard as far as getting physical copies of all these books. I even watched there's this one guy in the I think it's Yarami from the Toronto camp. He'd always bring out all these books as far as edification, as far as the Northern Kingdom and all that. So I'd just be ordering, and anything that I'd get without ordering, I had to have every single dictionary and all that. But you can probably find all these things online, but yeah, but if you're in this truth and doing the work in sincerity, and there's always something, there's always something to bring up, and always something to talk about. So whatever arsenal you have at your disposal, just bring it up. Alright, supplement. Something added to complete a thing, make up for a deficiency, or extend or strengthen the whole. Alright, it's something it's just added on. Alright, and you don't really need all you need is the scriptures and everything, but this is just historical historical facts that back up the scriptures. Alright, a section added to a book or document to give further information or to correct errors. Alright, so it's just giving further information. Alright, and if you as far as correcting errors, there's a lot of things that you don't, as far as when it comes to the scriptures, that's when a book whatever books I bring out, if there's something going off as far as what the scriptures said, then or you can't let Satan have you trip over that stumbling block. Always stick with the scriptures first. Alright, and then whatever you sift out all the or you only bring out like the edification that's backed up by the scriptures. Right. A separate section devoted to a special subject inserted into a newspaper or other periodical, or the Angle, or either blah blah. Alright, but the main thing is it's just like alright, it's something that it's like the alright, the salt and pepper on your food. Alright, the alright, it's some, it's some hot sauce, it's some condiments, it's A1 steak sauce, or even like the serious supplements. Some people take stuff like creatine, but you can't. There's only so much of a dose that you should be taking. You should be following the instructions. Alright, but it always says all these even all the workout supplements. Alright, whether it be synthetic or herbal or natural or whatever. Alright, it always says take this product with a well-balanced diet. Alright, and alright, this is that well-balanced diet. Alright, and that's what that's what Solomon was talking about in that precept. Alright, but I'm gonna bring this out. It's so Nature Knows There's No Color Line by J.A. Rogers. Alright, and it just talks about how our people, like the scriptures say that Israel was scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, including Europe in the Dark Ages. Alright, there's there's certain crests of some people call them Moors and all that, but that's just a byword. Alright, but these were Israelites that were scattered in Europe. Alright, and that's why we have Israelite foreigners and so what, and so forth. It's just some small examples. Alright, and that just led to a lot of Israelites looking like Edomites and all that, especially in hot spots like Scotland, Ireland, and Italy, southern Italy, and Sicily. Alright, but I'm gonna read something from the first paragraph of page 12. Alright, it could be that the Jews before they left Egypt imbibed some of the color prejudice mentioned by Massey, but it could not have been strong among them because they were dark, or even black. Alright, because even a lot of scholars, I even have a book back there that talks about how they're going off because they say that the Israelites were a Caucasian race, before they were in Egypt, but somehow it's kind of sugarcoating the Matthew 13 with the wheat and the tares and all that. Alright, but yeah, they're more on point in this book because they said that the Israelites were already so-called black people, which is the truth according to the scriptures. One rabbi does say they were black at that time. That the passage "black but comely" from the Songs of Solomon means I was. Yeah, and that's we're going into something else, but just gonna stick with what was highlighted. Alright, there is no doubt that after 4 centuries in Egypt, the Jews had mixed with the Egyptians and Ethiopians, whom their legends described as black and woolly hair. Thus, the main difference between Hebrew and Egyptian was not racial but religious, and that's another thing it was because of the lineage of their father. Alright, the Hebrews, the Israelites, came from Noah's son Shem. The Egyptians came from the son Ham. Alright, so you can see why you need to be in these scriptures when you're going into this information outside of the scriptures. Alright, the form which economic exploitation then took. Miriam's objection to the Ethiopian wife of Moses, Zipporah, was not on color but on religion, and more likely on culture. Alright, that was all. That was just some Miriam was just like, like talking shit and all that. Alright, it says like talk of Semitic and Hamitic as race is sheerest nonsense, and see you can alright, but that that's, even though this is highlighted, that's alright, that's going off. Alright, but at the same time, it's if you have a scriptural and spiritual eye, alright, then that to you, I'm going to repeat that. Alright, talk of Semitic and Hamitic as race is sheerest nonsense, as is used only by parrot anthropologists. Alright, but alright, that could also say that for example, Semitic and Hamitic, alright, we're both alright, those are both like people with like dark skin. Alright, and if you were to go back into the time machine and see like the Israelites in Egypt, alright, if you didn't know any better, you just say that there were another African or like black people basically. Alright, but both people from Shem and Ham, alright, were dark skinned people. And that's what you should get out of it, instead of like what they're saying, like whatever else they're saying, because alright, the Semitic and Hamitic people are two different people according to the scriptures. Alright, furthermore, we have no proof that the original 70 Jews who went to Egypt were white. Alright, yeah. According to their legends, they originated in Chaldea, and there is considerable evidence the inhabitants of that region in earliest times were Negroid. In fact, some writers said the Jews were an African people. Strabo said many of his time believed they were. Alright, and of course, like, alright, they weren't African, they were just like, alright, they were black people basically. They're different, we're different nations, alright, than the Africans. Alright, not alright, that's what the scriptures say, that we're all like dark skinned and black people. Alright, but the scriptures also say that we're all like different, alright, than alright, the majority of the people who come from the continent of Africa, alright, because they're Hamites. Alright, so alright, that's some edification, but that's why you need to that's why the scriptures first and foremost, alright, that's what you use to get your edification and information. Alright, and you can see why, like a book like this, like, even though like a lot of camps and a lot of groups like have this book, alright, but alright, we're grounded with the scriptures first, so alright, we only use what agrees with this. Alright, but with that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, double honors to the apostle at GMS. Alright, and shalom.